Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to my YouTube channel, Together in Style. I'm live today and just wanted to take a moment to talk about still photography and how we're capturing defining moments these days and some creative new ways to think about capturing defining moments as well. Yesterday, I kind of went live talking about what was in my gear bag. We had just recently taken a trip a couple of days ago to Italy. We had a photographic assignment overseas. And kind of went through that, and then afterwards I sat down and started working on some of the images that I had captured, and I came across some really cool shots, and so I said, this might be a cool topic, at least something that we can talk about, new ways to think about photography and not just video. So with that said, I'm going to be sharing a couple of different cameras here real quick. The Lumix GH5 has kind of become my go-to professional camera. The Lumix GH5 has kind of become my favorite little travel camera that I take everywhere. You know, they say that the best camera is the one that you have with you, but I say the best camera is the one that you really want to take with you everywhere, because I love having a professional quality at my fingertips, because I'm not just a professional photographer, but I consider myself a photo enthusiast as well, meaning I want to capture everything in front of me throughout my life. It's my passion. It's what I love to do. And imagery is just such a passion of mine that I want to carry a camera with me. I want to be doing creative things with it. And speaking of creativity, let me jump behind the scenes in the computer, and we're going to go into Final Cut Pro here. And I'll just give you a little glimpse. Yesterday, we were on our way out of Venice, and we caught a little water taxi to the airport. And it was a beautiful drive. Myself and my wife absolutely loved Venice, spending time together, but she was really passionate about capturing street photography and the people of Venice and all of those good things. So it was an incredible day filled with boats, planes, trains, automobiles, all of the above. We had this beautiful flight coming out of Venice. We flew over the Alps, and here I'm working with the Lumix GH5 and just kind of looking out the window here and capturing some beautiful footage. I love that the 5-axis stabilization lets me shoot out of a plane easily. But then we're flying into Atlanta and it's thunderstorms galore. I can barely hold the camera. As you can see, Jennifer loves these moments. But it was hopping on a train, getting to our terminal, only to realize we had delay after delay after delay. I think they shut down the airport due to thunderstorms. But that gets me to this point. As I'm looking out of the window, I'm holding the Lumix GH5, and I can see a little bit of lightning in the distance, and there was a thundercloud still left in the sky pretty far away, but it was kind of approaching us, or we were approaching it, and I said, wouldn't it be cool if I could capture the lightning striking? With that said, you just saw it. I was able to capture the lightning striking. And it got me to thinking about how we capture defining moments these days, and how 4K video is not just for videographers and capturing video, but for us it's become kind of our go-to way to capture our own life, both in video and in still photography as well. So basically, I'm hand-holding the Lumix GH5, looking out the window, filming in 4K, because we do a little behind-the-scenes vlog, and I'm always trying to capture some real life footage of things, and it's dusk, the sun is setting, and this cloud is in the sky in the distance. And so I put on the 12mm 1.2 Leica. That's really the lens that I have to go to shoot at night like this, especially from a plane window, but it worked out really well. And now the plane is moving. We're approaching 20,000 feet. We're kind of getting to that altitude where I can actually see the cloud kind of slowly moving by us. And I'm thinking, how else could I capture this? If I'm trying to shoot a still, I'm going to have to be perfectly in the moment. And how are you going to do that with a lightning strike that happens that fast? And so I thought about it. I'm like, well, let me just shoot video of this moment. And the glory of shooting in 4K is that 4K is really allowing us to capture 24 to 30 photographs every second. And because it's 4K and not just 1080, we're able to export those JPEGs beautifully and have printable stills and have images that are high enough resolution for web banners or anything else that we want to use them for. because 4K video is the equivalent of an 8 megapixel still. So let me jump in back over here to the computer, and I'll share with you just kind of, we'll scrub backwards here until we see the moment here. And I'm just in Final Cut Pro. Maybe I'll just hit the J key and back up a little. Now I'm going to use the arrow keys and just kind of move forward, and you can see how many images I'm capturing of that split-second lightning bolt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 still photographs captured of this lightning bolt. And let me go full screen and just share with you again. It's kind of fun just to scrub through and make our own decision on what do we think is that perfect moment. Doesn't it? It almost looks like a nuclear explosion going off in the sky. And so I'm just using the arrow keys in Final Cut again just to kind of find my favorite. Let's see. I think we'll move forward. I kind of liked this one because it kept all the detail of the rain inside the clouds there going. This is a little brighter. I like that too. But once we make our selection, the glorious part of this is it's really easy to export that image and save it to the hard drive. So basically, I'm just gonna, let me bring you back to the computer. I'm gonna basically go up here in Final Cut Pro, and I'm gonna hit Save Current Frame. And if we go over here, we'll notice that it says 3840 by 2160. I was shooting in 24p. And I can decide, do I want to save it as a JPEG? Do I want to save it as a TIFF, a PNG? I think a JPEG is fine for this. Let me just go next. And I'll just save it, Lightning 01 here to the hard drive. And basically that's just exported a beautiful still photograph from this video clip. And now I'll just go in here and we'll open it up in Photoshop as well. Boom, there we are. So pretty remarkable that today we have the ability to think about capturing still photography differently. Now, we're actually putting this to use not only in our personal lives. I mean, we've kind of decided we're capturing our own lives in 4K because we've got everything at our fingertips. We've got still photographs when we want them. We've got video when we want it. But even for clients, a lot of times we'll be hired as a photographer, and my wife Jennifer will photograph a wedding, for instance, and shoot still photography. And maybe I get hired as the video artist, and I'll capture a beautiful film of the wedding day. But combined together, it's almost as if I'm capturing backup of all of her imagery throughout the day and creating a secondary product that's really interesting as well. And so I could literally create a whole album of gorgeous storytelling still photographs from my video, complementing her well-lit portraits and all of those things that we love on the still side of things. And combined, that's where the magic is really happening for us. So that's how we're doing it. It's really a simple process. This is not a high, expertise course here. This is just a quick live chat about the way imaging is changing, why we moved over to the Lumix lineup from the DSLR, because it's really, I believe that Lumix is kind of changing photography in creative new ways. So that's it for my live talk today. Tomorrow I thought it might be interesting because I kind of brought out the GX85, the video clips you saw of Jennifer walking to the boat and the boat clips all on the GX85. This is my favorite little travel camera, but as I picked up a bunch of my Lumix cameras today, I realized, they put 4K not only in their high-end flagship, but in every model from the little point and shoot to every model in between, and all of their cameras kind of look differently and have different features. So I said maybe tomorrow would be a good idea to just kind of bring up all the different Lumix cameras that I have and just share what I like about each one, because each one is so unique in its own right. So that might be a cool concept. So join me tomorrow if you want to explore the Lumix lineup and all the possibilities of their cameras. I'll be going live at 10 a.m. again with a little tech talk with that. And that's about a wrap for today. So I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I certainly appreciate you joining me.